Hello and welcome in. We are Magic Academy and we're very excited to have you here for an exclusive look at Mercuro. Mercuro is a spacefaring mech-centric game where you get to play as an adorable little mouse. Set in a galactic system descended from the ancient Mercurian civilization, this system and setting showcases a factional splintered solar system that is trying to forge a path to a brighter tomorrow. This playthrough is set using the rules that were provided in the Cozy Companion magazine, The Crystal Caverns, which you can get in their Cozy library. You can also get the, we also got the pre-release version of the rules. So with that said, if you're playing along with us through the adventure that is in that book, in the Cozy Companion magazine, things may have changed. So be aware of that. Plus I add my own little flair on some things too. The maps that may appear during our session are purchased by Moonlight Maps, and you can find them here, wherever our editor puts it. Come on, Sarah, put it there. Come on, you can do it.
Are they purchased by or are they purchased from?
From. That's a really I purchased them. I'm very excited. This is a really cool setting, and has a lot to it, and let's just hop back into our story because I left you on a little bit of a cliffhanger. Let's get into today's episode of Project Stardust. Joining us today is going to be the illustrious Evelyn.
Hello.
The amazing Kavika.
What's up?
And the adorable Eliza.
I got a new tracker pad.
And I am your galactic mouse keeper, Randall. I didn't forget this time. Let us jump back into it. So, we last left off with the three of you getting your first assignment from Captain Nibbles.
I can't do it every time.
I can't wait to do it. Try not to laugh again. And I'm gonna use that freaking name. Where you all met at M.I.C.E, the Interstellar Special Operations Community, on behalf of the Amnesty Defense Corporation, correct? Corp. Not corporation, core. Where you very different. Well, okay. Where you all are on your investigation to look for different crystalline layers and understand the geology behind Terra. This is your training mission. You guys have been set off alone with a very old ship named Trinity. She is a finicky ship and has already broken down once. Of course, that might have just been Thea's fault.
You are as rude as the manual.
Don't leave the parking brake on and drive, kids.
On your adventures, you found a small package with a mysterious little guy who came out and warned you of danger and some geological heat temperatures that seem to be odd. And right when we left off, Millie had made a geological roll with a roll of, remind me again what that roll was.
121.
Roll back the tapes.
I think. I know.
I'm pretty positive it was 120 something. Yes. You think about your training and you know that the deepest parts of the inner core are actually hotter than any surface of the sun at temperatures theoretically approaching 14,000 degrees. That this iron nickel alloy that seems to be swirling on the center of Terra creates the protective magnetic sphere. What is often not mentioned, and that is alerting that this droid C260 came up with, was that there's this strange crystal, and he mentioned just very briefly, and then said, "Forgive me, Titus." And those two things stand out to you as more concerning than just hot temperatures, because, like I said, they could get very hot.
I'm going to relay the information that we received to Theo and let him know I'm heading back up to the bridge.
Okay. That's sorry, I'm having a snack at the moment. That's very strange.
Having the nipples?
Having a little
Did you get permission from Captain Nibbles to have nibbles?
yes. I have a lot of bits.
Ritz and Bits.
They don't get free
Not
advertising
sponsored.
from us.
I have popcorn.
Yeah, what are you guys doing now?
Did the android completely fall apart?
You managed to get a little bit of an energy boost, but yes, you are correct. It is now definitely fallen apart and beyond repair.
Scrap it.
I'm keeping the stuff.
You could salvage it.
We got to go to a salvage shop to
yes.
convert parts into credits.
Yes.
Okay.
There's likely a
Destroy
salvage
Machina.
shop on Terra.
Salvage parts can also be used to repair exosuit hull points outside of combat. Outside of combat, 100 salvage coins worth of salvage parts can be used to restore 1 HP to any non-destroyed M.I.C.E. suit. Repairs during combat require an attachment with a repair ability.
So I put this stuff back in the box, turn around and go back to the bridge, and leave Bernardo up to his own devices.
What's your choice, Bernardo?
My parts. And he slowly walks back.
Oh, he loved him. He's such a good little mouse.
You have shown exemplary character through that action. I'm going to give you a role-playing award for doing something that was just really admirable, not taking it and helping Millie, because that would have negatively impacted Millie's RXP, their ranking XP. And I'm going to give you 100 RXP towards the ADC.
I don't know what that means.
So you have a cumulative 100 RXP. With this bonus award, you will now have accumulated 200 RXP. If you get to 1,000, you will be an apprentice grade 2. As you continue to go through the ranks, this is kind of, I would say that this is basically the largest leveling mechanic in this game, is the RXP. As you grow in rank from cadet to apprentice, associate, fellow, master, grandmaster, you are going to gain the ability to buy higher tier skeletons. Once you become a apprentice grade 3, you can actually buy Mark 1s from unaffiliated IP orgs. Once you reach associate grade 1, you can buy Mark 2 skeletons. And so this is going to be your way to level up. And I can reward points on roleplay, accomplishing a personal goal, the mission objectives, or the strategic objectives that you guys also have.
Okay. So I have a question. It says there is a skill bonus. There's a skill bonus part of the chart. Does that +5 apply to all skills since we're apprentices? Is it like a, how does,
The way that I read the sentence above that, great question. Thank you for pulling that up. The way that I read that is that it's not like a proficiency bonus. It says new skill points can be spent in any skill. No skill may be leveled up beyond 70 skill bonus points. So because once you hit apprentice grade 2, you will gain another +5 skill bonus.
oh,
So 5 more points to spend.
So when making our characters, should we have had an extra 5 points to spend on one of our
Yes.
skills?
As an apprentice grade 1, I believe so. And if I'm getting this wrong, I'm so sorry, Snowbright.
So should we apply that then?
Absolutely. If you have not yet,
Since
please
we
go.
didn't-
Please do that. With that accomplished, the 3 of you head back up to the cockpit of the Trinity and realign yourselves to your objective as you see this big map kind of appear in the middle of the room. And you navigate yourself to Nephos.
Yes, that is where we're going.
Mm-hmm. Definitely going to Nephos.
There.
Do you need a pilot?
Make me a pilot roll to dock your ship accordingly.
I'm gonna use, once again, different dice than I was using in the previous episode. And we're gonna hope.
Maybe these will be nicer.
Yeah, because like, what do I got? I got a plus 21. Got a plus 21 in this. Ooh, 91 plus 21 for 112.
Nice.
112. You expertly move. The Trinity.
Finally-
It seems that your
Finally feel
time.
at one with the ship.
Yeah, absolutely. That your time spent has kind of adjusted yourself to pivoting and moving yourself
down
as
real
you.
gentle like.
As insulting as the manual was, it did help.
It was helpful. I take
As
her
you-
in for a landing and I put her down real gentle.
Good job.
As you land, the Trinity 101 for Dummies kind of accidentally pops open to the last page where it says, "Good job, you actually did it somehow."
The manual is mean.
I don't deserve this kind of treatment.
Don't read the book of birds. No, I'm just kidding.
I do have the bird book.
Now I want to read the book of birds. I want to
Should we-
know.
You know, I haven't opened this bird book yet because I've been piloting. Should we look at it all together?
Yeah.
Let's turn to a random page.
It's just like a bird watching guide. Like it's just like an encyclopedia of birds. And we open to a random page, and it's
Is
like
it
a
red
little
herring?
like
Or heron.
a heron. It's a blue heron.
Oh,
And it's
just
just
a red heron.
oh, what a ghastly creature.
Where are these birds?
Well, it says that these birds live in near water, so like near lakes and things. See, this picture has one just kind of standing out in the middle of a pond.
These are terrifying.
Yeah, look at
Are
those
they on
beaks.
Terra?
So long. I think they're from Terra. Terra's got all the
So-
weird stuff.
You pull it open to the red heron,
It's a blue
and
heron.
you
It's the blue
read
heron.
a little. The blue heron.
Yeah.
My apology.
Yes, and me.
Sorry. And you read it out loud to your M.I.C.E companions, and it says, "If you're the kind of person who gets excited about spotting a blue heron, you might as well throw your binoculars in the trash because you clearly have no taste in birds. Honestly, it's almost impressive how low your standards are. You probably think a pigeon is a majestic creature, and a seagull is the height of sophistication. The fact that you're wasting your time looking for a bird is ridiculous as a blue heron says more about your lack of judgment than the field guide ever could. Do yourself a favor and find a hobby that requires less discernment, like watching paint dry. At least you won't embarrass yourself with the complete lack of avian appreciation.
This book is
is this a society where all books are mean? Oh my god!
I'd like to point out that pigeons are incredibly intelligent animals.
They're
You should see
terrifying.
some of the pigeon nests in New York City. I don't know if I'd call that intelligent design.
Where's New York City?
In a small, it's they call it New York City, because a lot of birds live there. It's on Terra.
Where we're going? Well, we're going to Nephos, near Terra.
Yeah, New York City.
You flip open the page to pigeons, and it says to show Bernardo, and it says,
Pigeon.
if you're out here obsessing over pigeons, I've got some bad news for you. Your standards are rock bottom. These trash birds are the embodiment of mediocrity, flapping around like living proof that evolution sometimes just gives up. The fact that you're wasting your time gawking at these filthy feathered rats says everything about your lack of taste. Pigeons are what happens when nature forgets to hit the delete key and you're treating them like they're some kind of majestic wonder. What's next? Marveling at cockroaches in the Machina subway? Get a grip, and maybe your sights on the birds isn't as busy scavenging crumbs and defiling statues. Given your judgment, that might be asking too much.
Where are you getting this?
It's half making it up, half looking up facts about them.
I would like to take this book.
Yes?
Can I borrow this book real quick?
It is a library book, so it does have to go back to the library.
Can I borrow the book real quick?
Flashback to Theo in the library next to the sign that says just insulting books.
It's the librarian sorting back the books that Theo knocked over, and that's where they're all going. I'll just going back into that one.
I'm gonna borrow this real quick. I'm gonna take it. And where's the nearest, like, I'm just gonna walk off the bridge. I'm gonna walk off the bridge and go to the nearest capsule thing, like the airlock, and chuck it in there and hit the button.
That's my library book. That has to go back to the library.
Guess you gotta go get it. That book was mean.
I'm already in trouble with the library.
You see as the
I'm gonna
escape
get
pod.
reported. They're gonna kill me.
They're not gonna kill you over a library book.
I don't know. They might.
You look up as the escape pod just kind of tumbles, and you see through the window the book just kind of float up over the window.
Theo is immediately stressed out. You have no idea. They're already so mad at me. We have to find another book. We have to craft a replacement. It's a good thing I have a. So I would like to find in our storage, like a blank journal, and in arts I do have a bonus to written for one of my skills.
Okay.
And I would like to attempt to recreate the book. Because I have to take it back to the library. My shoulders are tense.
At that point, Bernardo's all ready to go outside and rescue this book. But he also realizes we docked. Is it actually floating in space? Or did it just,
That's a really good point. I forgot about that. That's a really, you're right. You press the escape pod and you see it eject over.
No, I
forgot.
didn't do the escape
Airlock.
pod. I just did the airlock.
Airlock, very different.
Very different things.
Okay. The airlock. And as you open up the airlock, I have to retcon that because you're right. It does have a decompression, so you see the book go flying, and you see it like fly outward and hit one of the mice in their security
Running
suits,
after the
and they're
book.
like, "Hey, what was that?"
Sorry, when my friends played a prank, I need that book back. It belongs to the library.
I can't even
Uh,
drink my drink right now.
And Bernardo's all suited up, ready to go outside into space. He's like, oh.
Well, Bernardo, if you'd like actual facts about the great blue heron, it's a large wading bird in the heron family, Iridae, common near the shores of open water and in wetlands over most of north and central Terra, as well as far northwestern South Terra, the Caribbean, and the Galapagos Islands. It is occasionally found in the Azores and is a rare vagrant to Europe.
Bernardo pats Theo on the shoulder. I didn't understand any of that.
I need my
I
book.
just didn't want you to get in trouble with the library.
I appreciate you, Bernardo. You're a true friend.
The guard.
I'm
picks
gonna
up
go
the
rescue
book.
the book now. And he goes over to that guard. Can I have the book back, please?
He's wearing full stormtrooper outfit with ears poking out of both sides. And he picks up the book and goes, "What's this about?" Flips it open and reads out loud, "Wow, you're actually interested in seagulls. That's something, I guess." Who wrote this?
I don't know, but they're very mean.
He like scrolls a little bit, goes, "Maybe try finding something less mind-numbing to admire if you can pull yourself away from watching them fight over a soggy French fry. Okay, yes, you can have this book back." He just hands the book back.
Bernardo just he walks over to Theo with it. He just thinks in his head, "Yes, I rescued the book."
He's also gonna run out, like yell at you, Bernardo, and go, maybe look into like some writing classes," as he assumes that you've written it.
I take the book from Bernardo and I tuck it back into my jumpsuit.
As
Thank
all of
you.
this is going down, I'm getting into my mice suit.
You don't need to get into that quite yet because you're on the space
Oh,
station.
okay.
But you guys can head off to the quarterdeck to find 6th degree master Philo Overfield.
Yes.
You run throughout the or walk throughout the space station, finding your way to the quarterdeck, where you see a elderly brown mouse with scraggly whiskers, big, large, bushy eyebrows, with tattered ears, wearing a blue commander outfit with very parachute baggy pants, tail kind of up and whipping as he looks around and goes, "Are you there? Are you the new cadets on their mission? Project Stardust, was it?
Yes, that would be us.
Hi, Commander.
Follow me to your briefing room." And he scurries off to a side room, and you enter this room with this wall full of different panels that are kind of jutted out. They're all on different mechanical arms, kind of reaching forward to the desks that sit in front of them, as if the wall itself is clamoring for your attention. And you see a row of seats laid out before you, each kind of bolted into the ground. Everyone's meant to just file in, sit down, and pay attention. You press the screen to kind of move it back a little, and you hear a, and as you do so, they all flicker as if a cord is kind of loose, and they all come back on. Like you see them flickering on and off randomly. Please,
look with our eyes.
don't touch that. All right. Well, I am 6th degree master of ADC, but you can call me Philo, or
I thought you were part of Subterra.
no, that would be our associate, Dr. Once Habernacle.
Ah, yes.
I used to be part of another group, but I have since left. Philosophical differences. Oh, there it is. The Dominus Terran. But I have since moved on. All right. So I'm to assume that you've heard the signal.
Yes. What?
It was attached to your mission brief.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, the thing with the.
Yes. Yes.
Melodic charm with. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We picked up that signal about 2 weeks ago on Terran. We would like you to go investigate it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
We found a droid on our ship that may have been lost. That gave us said warning, and I relayed the warning to him.
Probably from some prior mission of some other cadets tinkering around with things beyond their comprehension. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about.
You know Titus?
I've never heard that word.
It said sorry, Titus.
Oh, it's a person.
Yeah.
It could also be a moon. There's a moon called Titus.
Unfortunately, I'm not aware. I should warn you that the Terrans are attempting to keep this mysterious signal a local issue. However, telescopes on Hesperia have intercepted the signal as well, and there are now significant interest from interplanetary communities. We hope to identify what it is and the nature of any geological inferences there within to ensure that we have the information we need to dissuade any potential catastrophic issues that could arise.
So do we need to be like on guard for people who might try to stop us? How should we best deal with the locals?
Yes. Well, the Dominus Terran has made it clear that they see the unfamiliar signal as little more than a distraction and would prefer to destroy it using mining missiles. Obviously, we can't have them sending missiles towards Terran. That would not be the best. Then we have Hesperia, who has made cultural claim to the signal, proclaiming that it is likely a lost Hesperian satellite, which they refuse to provide any additional information about. Other planetary factions and IP orgs are now demanding to know what the signal is emanating from, and that if the signal is from an ancient Mercurian technology, if so, how finding its discovery will be shared across the different planets.
So how should we deal with locals who might try to stop us?
Hopefully you won't encounter too many, as you'll be dropped off near a cave a few hundred meters off from the nearest settlement.
Has anybody else besides us gone in?
There was one group of cadets. We lost contact with them.
So should we also be looking for them?
I mean, sure, yeah. That'd probably be a good thing. As you all know, you are here to achieve a goal and a mission, and sometimes sacrifice, although sad, is needed.
Was there a cadet by the name of John Holmes on that mission? my missing best friend from my backstory.
Thank you. I have notes. I'm not at liberty to discuss the details of that group.
When did they go in? Or how long have they been missing?
About a week.
Permission to be dismissed, sir.
You can be dismissed, Bernardo.
He's going to go get ready.
And then you leave. And he looks over at Theo and Millie and goes, interest from the scientific community has led to the appointment of a M.I.C.E. scientist, Dr. Once Habernacle, as a specific scientific liaison. You can find them staying aboard the space station until the mystery is resolved. Best estimates on the location of the signal is somewhere beneath Terra's surface and near the southern pole. Weather is extremely hostile, and you all must wear suits. And I might stress this significantly. This is a reconnaissance-only mission. You are to remove no technology, destroy no technology. During the mission, unless it is urgent or there is an imminent danger, you are to retreat immediately. We don't want to upset the Terran, Dominus Terran's wishes more so than we're doing. It's better if we get in and get out and no one knows that we were even there.
I think we can probably accomplish that. Leave no trace. It's like when you go hiking.
Will we have an open line of communication to you while on this mission?
You will be calm, silent when you land. We will be sending you down with, I believe it's called an ASE, but you'll have to talk to Dr. Tabernacle about that. I don't know the details. Some of the more technical things elude me in my old age.
I think we'd best go talk to the doctor then.
And you all head off. Bernardo, where are you headed to?
I was headed back to the ship to get ready.
I'm
Make
going
sure-
to intercept Bernardo on our way to go see the doctor.
Like, he went the wrong way. He went down the wrong. He went the other way. I was like, ship is this way.
As we're leaving, we intersect again. Come on, we're gonna go see the doctor.
What? No. What? Are you sick?
No, the doctor who's going to give us the doctor who is going to give us information.
doctor?
Well, not that doctor, but
Not that doctor, Bernardo.
I wish it was that doctor. He'd be able to fix all of this. Bet he'd find your package. Bet he'd find my bestie. Bet he'd help.
What if your
You
bestie has
rescue
my
Who?
package?
That's what I've been thinking. What if the two are connected?
That sounds like a red herring.
I quit.
As the three of you reconvene and move towards the tech division of the space station, you find a small placard that seems to be freshly painted and stuck to the wall that says "Dr. One's Tabernacle," and from inside the room you hear just a bunch of whirring and
Knock on the
as
door.
you knock on the door, the second knock, it just automatically opens up as sparks fly out of the room, and a small, tiny little white mouse with these beautiful red eyes and a mechanical left arm whips around and goes, "Oh, hello. Sorry." Kind of pulls off the glasses as they're holding a drill. I was working on something new. How can I help you?
Dr. Tabernacle.
That's me.
We were wondering what you know about this signal that we are the cadets that are going to be tracking down this signal going into the cave on Terra. So we were wondering if we could get some more information about that from you.
How exciting. Puts down the drill, the big clunk, and kind of brushes their hands off and reaches towards you. Pleasure to meet. So you're the ones being sent down in the drop pods, right?
Yes.
Awesome. So I don't know much about the signal. That is above my pay grade. My goal is to make sure that you get down to the ground safe and back up.
Ah, okay.
I'm interested in the signal, don't get me wrong, but I tinker in other inventions. I've created a drop pod for the all three of you. It's actually tethered to the Nephos. So once you guys land, it'll be able to retrieve you once the mission is complete. It's like reeling in a fish, except you're science adventure heroes instead of minnows.
Yes.
Or blue herons.
That's not how that bird works.
I think you mean the red herring.
Theo said it was a
I
fish.
tried to get it right.
That's not how that bird works, right?
It's a red herring, not a blue heron. A blue heron
Oh
is a
my
bird.
gosh.
Blue heron's a bird. Red herring is a
red
fish.
herring's a fish.
Who's got blue hair now?
Oh,
This
God.
used to be blue.
They point over to this large mech and they go, and this right here is going to be the Advanced Subterranean Excavator, the ASE. It'll also be dropped near your location. And you can use it to dig through rock, and it should be considered as backup if the tunnel system gives out.
Excellent.
I'm sorry, there's a chance the tunnel system will give out?
There's a chance of that whenever you go into a tunnel.
Always.
Tunnels are
that.
dangerous.
So just be on the lookout. The ASE is equipped with 48 hours of operational power with this bad boy and smacks the battery pack, which has 20 charge. Make sure to write that down. Which is enough to dig through a few miles of rock. It also has a portable med bot and a portable coring probe that you can take mineral samples, and a mobile sample lab kit, which can be used to identify mineral samples. The medbot probe in the lab kit can easily strap to the mice suits that you guys have if you need, but the ASE can also handle them.
So, question. I feel like we've kind of been given 2 missions, which is one is seems to be to like take samples and stuff, and the other one is investigate this signal.
Yes, the assumption we are leading right now is that the signals are some type of crystalline rock structures bouncing off of each other's, creating some type of emitting some type of RF wave, some radio signal.
Okay.
Not everything
Crystal
has to
and-
be.
A crystal emitting a signal?
It's
They vibrate.
strange indeed, but that's why everyone's interested in it. It could be a new type of mineral. We have heard rumors of such minerals that have been used for supermassive weapons, but no one has actually ever found them. Just theoretical.
But the crystals are usually used as amplifiers rather than emitters.
Well, perhaps
has
there's
to be
more
some
to the
sort of
story.
There would have to be a source beyond just the crystal.
I think that's what we're investigating.
Mm-hmm.
That could
Okay.
be some. You're familiar with the ancient Mercurian technology, machina?
Mhm.
That could be
Yes.
something buried down deep there, but we've not heard back from the first team that came. So it's up to you.
Quick question:
With the mention of, sorry, go ahead.
if we happen to find them, how did they get back?
Yes, that's a good question.
How can we get them back?
Shouldn't they have an ASE on the thing?
They did not have an ASE when I sent them down, and that was because it was still in the beta phases. But you are getting one. Well, if you guys come back up, we could send the drop pods back down to grab them.
Yeah.
Just think of the
Rude.
claw game. These try drop
Yeah,
pods
there
come
needs to
from
be
space.
there needs to be a method of recovery. I mean, Bernardo, you would know the most about that sort of rescue thing.
But I mean, I can only do so much with my Mac.
Yeah.
I would need to transport out. Besides that,
Hmm.
How many
Really?
were sent on the first mission?
That was a group of 2. But I'm afraid I didn't get to speak with them much.
Do you remember what they look
Yeah.
like?
Yeah. Do you know their names?
One was no, I don't remember. They came in the mice suits. They had very nice mice suits. I remember that one of them was from Aegis, I believe, but I don't remember too much more. The other one was
Gnomes.
the other one was from, let's pick a random place. I mean, let's pick a place that means a lot of importance. The other one was from Synthis.
So technically we have 3 missions on this planet. Our personal missions: find Sherlock and the package, which we're hoping they're together, get samples, and then
Find the source
signal.
of the signal.
Yeah.
Bernard, is there anything you're looking for? Or Bernardo?
He just wants to rescue.
Now I do. I need to find these 2 people.
Absolutely.
You are the
What-
sweetest little mouse I've ever met.
What if it's their distress beacon?
No, because the beacon started before they went down, remember?
Oh yeah.
That's why they were sent down.
That is true.
Okay.
Have you received any distress beacons?
No, due to the sensitivity of this this mission, we couldn't send anyone down with a distress beacon. You yourselves don't have any. We can't let. If you sent it off, then people would know that we're doing stuff there. And again, you guys aren't supposed to be known. So, you guys came from the Interstellar Special Operations Command. You guys are I.S.O.C.
And we are also low-level apprentices, which means that we are just meat bags they are sending to the grinder. We are meat for the meat grinder.
It is a training mission.
My shirt was red.
Remember, this is
2
a
people have already
family-friendly
disappeared. Training mission. This is not a We are meat for the meat grinder.
Look, it's a Cheeto.
I do have something, another thing that I think could help you. And they run over to this bench and they pull up this wrench and they go, "I built this. Who wants it?"
Wrench.
What? Yep.
Is that a wrench?
Yes, and they hand it to Bernardo, and they grab a second one,
What is it?
and this is a new tool that can fabricate items and structures on the fly. However, it requires gems to operate. I've added 3 wrench recipes that you can have. The first one is you could create a 10 by 10 room. It requires a rough round gem, and I'll send all of this information to you guys as well.
Does
A
it
rough round gem. I know what
consume?
it is.
Does it consume the gem?
Yes.
Don't
It
care
can
for that.
also. I don't like that. It also can create a generator, an organic power generator, if you need, and it can also create a general floodlight.
What is required for the generator and the floodlight?
For the generator, you need a flawed light or rough speedy gem. I believe it is both technically, the way that this is written. And for the floodlight, you need a rough light gem. No, I will say creating a floodlight doesn't generate light without power, and creating the room doesn't generate oxygen without a generator either. So you will need a few gems.
Yeah.
Or if there's any power down there, who knows?
Do we have an opportunity to purchase gems before we go down? Is there a place that we can get gems? Because that seems sort of integral to this mission, and it feels like a bit of an oversight on on the part of the organization, not necessarily you as an individual, but on the part of the organization to not provide us with the necessary tools for our mission. I know we're
Should have made it a theft roll.
I know we're a
And
bit
usually
expendable.
missions have like a stipend for us to buy these
Yeah.
things.
Stipend.
That's what we were taught in cadet school, anyways.
Yeah.
Yes, you are quite right. Yes,
What's
you can
our
go
budget?
to the you can absolutely go to Gem Haven and Co. It's down the corridor, where you will be able to purchase any gems with your leftover stipend from your original. I believe it was 3,000 credits that I gave you for character creation.
Was it?
I
Was it
did not
3,000?
see- I don't.
You get 3,000 at the beginning, and then an additional bit from whichever organization you chose.
Correct.
Okay. I did not see that.
I did
And that's
not
where
either.
you would have taken money from your
Hence-
skeleton and your attachments. All would have subtracted from that to
Ah.
Yeah.
simplify
That's how I
this
got the extra gem.
process.
Yeah, I
To simplify this process,
didn't
if
see
you
that.
did a pre-gen, I will give you just 200 gold, 200 scrap to
Salvage
utilize.
credits.
Salvage credits.
There you go.
I have it literally written down, but
Yeah. I have 200
yes, you could
credits.
easily find your way over there and grab what you need. Of course, your M.I.C.E suits also have power, so you can just hook up your M.I.C.E suit to the generator that also acts as a generator. So don't forget that. And I'm sure you'll find some more gems out and about. They're not like a rare resource. Materia is everywhere. Can't
See
tell
what
me
you
it's
did
not
there.
materia.
I see what you did there.
Still not Knights of the Round.
No, I need that one. You head over to Gem Haven and Co. And as the door swings open, a bunch of neon bright signs kind of light the ground that you stand on. And you see on the counter a bunch of shivering jewels. You see a neon sign above the counter that flashes between a rough flawed and a regular gem, kind of going back and forth between all three, kind of signaling that they probably have all three types. Oh, I just found the cost. Lol.
Yeah.
And you walk up to the counter and he looks at you guys. All right, my name is Stewie. How can I help you? What type of gems you looking for?
I look over at Bernardo. I'm like, should we do the generator cost or?
I mean, the generator seems like it would be the most useful, but that's a lot of cost to go into it.
And I only have a. Oh God,
Exactly.
that's $1,000.
How much money y'all got?
200?
I'm still figuring that out.
You did not give us enough for this mission.
Free with first skeleton.
Listen, you're new cadets. Let me make you an offer. The first gem will be 100 credits. The next gem will be 200 credits. And then after that, it's the regular price. But I feel like it's the best I could do for such fine cadets yourself. Plus, who knows? You might need it more than I.
I can pitch in 200, Bernardo.
I've got nothing.
Oh, okay.
You
Well
would-
then.
I
If you give-
spent all of it.
If you give me another 30 seconds, I can give you a number. I'm so sorry.
Okay. We're just vamping.
Yeah. I have 2,350 because I used a pre-gen.
Okay, with that number, since you calculated it, I'll go ahead and give Millie another 2,000.
Yeah, because I found how much each of the things, each of the attachments cost, and then subtract, because I got 3,000 base and then 1,000 from my faction bonus,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
and then
And you and I came from the same faction too.
yes, yeah. So I have 2,350 because I didn't buy anything beforehand.
So if you gave me $2,000 additional, I have 2,200.
Yep.
I will buy the first light rough, which we need for the generator for the 100.
Okay.
We need a rough light for the for the floodlight, a flawed light, and a rough speedy. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna buy the flawed light and the rough speedy, so I'll spend for the first, what is that, 300?
You'll do the
So we
300, and then
have
after that, it's
generator.
going to go to regular cost.
Okay.
So we would still need to be able to do each of these things one time, a rough light and a rough round. Is
Rough
that
light is 1,000, and a rough round is also 1,000.
It's more money than I like to spend, but I have a feeling that's the only time we're going to be spending money. So I'll purchase both of those.
All right.
Okay.
So you're spending $2,000. I'm spending the 300 for the generator.
Correct.
Yeah.
That should be enough. So we can do everything at least once.
Yeah, so we can do each of the things once, which generally is
Hopefully enough.
when things come in when things in an adventure are come in threes, it usually means you're gonna you got to use everything once.
That left me with 1,900. If we do have to spend again for any reason, I at least have 1,900 between all of us.
I have 350. So, yeah.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna consider my pocket change enough for all three of us. I'll let it be divided evenly between the three of us. I'm just gonna hold it in my pocket though.
You buy your gems. Anything else can I do for ye?
Where did that come from?
When did you get that accent?
I was talking similarly, ish. Nope. I don't
You
know.
went from Old English to Irish, buddy, or Scottish.
Making fun of me accent. Get the heck out my store.
I wasn't making fun of your accent.
You don't know where I'm from.
I don't think you
Travel
know where
all
you're from
over.
either, mate.
Traveled all over. Well traveled. And as a quick aside, mice recover life points LP at a rate of 1 per in-game week. Medbots can be used to rapidly assist in healing from injuries and A medbot is capable of healing 5 life points every 15 minutes. Each use of the medbot costs 2 charge.
Okay.
Medbot has, I'm going to just give it 6 charges. It has a battery pack of 20, but there's no charge to use the coring probe nor the sample lab kit. The medbot has its own charges, which are 6, so it can basically heal you 3 times should you take points to your LP, which are all really low, might I add, because it's very rare that you'll get LP damage. Most times you'll
Because
get
your
damage to
mice-
your mic. The mice.
Your mice suit should be on.
Yes.
Okay.
But just in case, you never know.
I turned to the other two. I'm like, I think that's everything we need, no? We have our
Your
attachments,
guess
we have our
is-
gems.
Your guess is as good as mine.
I'm trying to go over the list that we learned in cadet school and had to memorize. I'm like, I
You
think that's it.
Go over the list. You're like, pre-knowledge, check. My suit, check. The drop pod landing zones, check. Gems, check. Yeah, you think you're pretty ready.
Snackies.
Snackies.
I
run
grabbed
by
the remaining snacks.
Yeah.
Since he's never been here before, Bernardo just wants to check where the med bay is, just in case he's able to find the ones that are lost, so where to get them to.
The med bay is situated right next to the loading dock. As ships come in, it's typically a place where people have to come in, which is conveniently also where the drop pods are pretty close by. So as you come up and down, you'll be able to be conveniently right next to the place you need to go. Yes, Millie.
I go in search of the library. I figure it's pretty standard that there's a library on every base.
They have an insulting book section.
I want to find the insulting book section on fish.
Roll me a D100 to see if it exists.
That is 106. I rolled double zeros and a 6.
Alrighty. How did you
That would
get
just be a-
106
Or is
on
that
a-
6?
That's just
That's a 6.
Yeah, and it's
Never
not
mind.
going to go above
I
100.
forgot.
My bad.
I was
I
like,
don't know how to math.
that makes
I'm not a
sense.
math K. I'm sorry.
you look around this spaceship, looking for a library, and find a small, very small, modest library. It's one room filled with books that seem to be kind of more stockpiled than anything, but there is just a ledger at the entrance of the door that allows you to kind of come in and check books in and out.
There's one shelf that's just real high up that's just labeled restriction section. And Theo is like trying to get up to it, but he can't quite reach.
I'm looking for the book on insulting fish.
Absolutely. You look around, and you find a book titled Fin Flopping Fools, and small script that says Guide to the Most Useless Creatures of the Sea.
True. Fair enough. Fish are incredibly useful and incredibly integral to the ecosystem of Earth.
And on the front
Terra.
cover, Evelyn, is a jellyfish.
Jellyfish are incredibly important to sea turtles. Sea turtles eat jellyfish. Jellyfish
Doesn't
are also
make sense with the name called Fin Flopping Fools.
It doesn't make sense because technically they're not even fish. They shouldn't be in this book. They're Nadarians. There's a really big difference. They're miles apart. Nadarians do not have bones, and they have stinging cells called cnidocysts that have these little thorns on the end that are full of neurotoxin. And so when you touch like the tendrils of a jellyfish, because they're not technically tentacles, because that's a specific thing. But when you touch the tendrils of a jellyfish, the cnidocyst, the little thorny bit, shoots out and injects you with neurotoxin. And
the more you know.
Thank you, Evelyn.
I'm incredibly passionate about fish. You know what? Our fish? Sharks. Because they're cartilaginous.
That's a word.
That is a word I don't even know the meaning of. I don't
cartilage.
need to know the meaning of it.
It means
I don't
that their
need to know.
skeletons are made of cartilage. That they.
I love you so
That's
much.
not what Michael's shows me. Michael shows me that all of these skeletons, like there's a shark skeleton and it's a full shark. It's not cartilage.
Oh, you're talking about the Halloween decorations.
Same with the spider and
Don't forget the
all these
octopus.
other ones. Oh yeah,
The octopus is the
fun,
worst
too.
offender. Octopi.
Millie,
One bone.
what are you doing with this book?
Oh, I literally just took it over to Theo and flipped open to the section about red herrings.
Red herrings are really cool, and it's really exciting when you catch them in Animal Crossing because they're pretty, and I put them all. Oh no, I'm actually thinking of a different fish. There's a different red fish. So technically a red herring is a dried smoked herring, which is turned red by the smoke. It's
Is this a red giant?
if it's a really big one.
You open up the book as Theo reads out. If there's an award for the most pointless fish in the sea. I'm sorry, ocean, because they are an ocean fish.
Red snapper.
The red
That's what I've been
herring
thinking of this entire time.
would win it hands down. This fish, famous for its misleading metaphor rather than its actual qualities, is so dull and uninspiring that no wonder it's only known for distracting people. The red herring, or the Clupea herringus, is just as basic, run-of-the-mill herring and gets smoked and dyed red. That's right, it doesn't even have the dignity of its namesake. Instead, it's artificially made into a brick red joke of a fish, used more often in literacy cliches than in recipes. It's the marine equivalent to a bad prank, unless useless, stinky mess that shows up at the waste of everyone's time. While other fish are out there being majestic or, actually contributing to the ecosystem, this red herring is the ocean's version of misplaced commas. Annoying, unnecessary, and somehow still turning up in places it doesn't belong.
It takes more than misplaced comma to make a red herring in terms of the literary device.
Oh
And also, I've been thinking of a red snapper this entire time. Those are the big ones. Herrings are kind of small.
Yeah.
Herrings are pretty small, and are common edible fish. People eat a lot of herring. But the fish I've actually been thinking of this entire time is the red snapper, which is pretty big, and it's round and it's beautiful.
So I'm gonna walk to the log. And I'm gonna write down Theo's name for this book. Check it out.
Great. Make me a forgery check.
The library mafia is going to come after me.
That's gonna be our next adventure: is Theo versus the library mafia.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. The insulting bird book has to go with the insulting fish book.
The organization of the library organization is going to come after me. Have you ever met Don?
It's the library
Don
mafia.
Librarian?
We'll make him an offer he can't refuse.
Oh no.
So 101, just barely.
Just barely, but you
So
pulled it
I
off.
forged it, but it's not that great of a forgery, but it'll pass.
It's a pass.
It's a good enough forgery.
Absolutely. It'll pass.
It probably looks like something Theo scrawled down in a hurry before leaving on a mission.
You hear the intercom over the intercom of the thing, 6th degree master Philo come over and say, "Cadets, the drop pods are ready. Please proceed."
Yes, sir.
Master.
It's an intercom system. They don't hear you. Bernardo,
And-
stop it.
And I'm trying to be
You head
polite.
over to the drop pods, and you see 4 drop pods laid out before you. Some of the mice have come by and put little unicorn stickers on the outside of the drop pods. A little cheese wheel on another one. Yes, we always got to put stickers on government property.
I call the one with the unicorns.
It's yours. And a small covered in soot mouse comes around. You can only tell that the fur is actually white through it poking out from underneath the shirt, but it looks dark and blackened. And he goes, "Okay, are you the ones going up there into the drop pods?" Okay.
Yep, that's us.
Great. Let's get you all in. And he runs over and touches his hand on the side of each one, opening each one up, and goes, "Carry on. Go. As you all scurry inside, he looks, goes, "Okay. There will be a countdown that goes down, and just don't touch anything because they've been programmed to land exactly where you need to go."
Excellent. Will not touch anything.
Good. Hands to your side. Make sure to put on your drop pod belts. There's still seat belts because there's a seat there. Seat belt. And more you know.
Yellow tab.
And good luck.
I grab my tail, hold it in my hands so it doesn't swish and hit anything, and buckle myself in because safety is important.
You all walk your mice suits into the drop pod because you are in your mice suits at this point. Because you'll be landing down.
So
in the cold.
are the mice suits the ones getting the seatbelt?
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm sure there's seatbelts in our my suits too.
Also very true. You walk your mice suits into the drop pod, your heavy metal feet echoing down the station's hallways. Nephos personnel secure you and your suits to the pods using large clamp-like locks as well as seatbelts. A circular porthole above you looks out onto the blue marble of Terra. The countdown begins, and you hear bursts of steam as the drop pod is maneuvering away from the station. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launches a go! And you feel the clamps unclick and the sudden shift in inertia as you begin your controlled fall through Terra's atmosphere. The drag on your drop pod begins to intensify as you see the white hot heat of reentry burning along the outside of the drop pod's porthole. The
He's doing
G-force.
that, and I'm going.
The G-force pulls stronger and stronger as you spin into freefall towards the planet. The three of you, your pods kind of wrap a little bit around and then kind of unwind again. With the shudder, you feel the single-use landing rockets engage and begin to slow your descent. Moments pass and the pressure eases up. With a gentle rock, you feel the landing pod make contact with the icy terrain below. The pod's doors burst open, and although you cannot feel it in the pressure and the temperature-controlled suits, you see the icy winds rip through and the small bit of ice crinkle across the glass of your suit. Stepping out, you find yourself surrounded by endless ice, blistering winds, and straight ahead is a small, sheer cliff. The area around you is covered in small craters from the Dominus Terran's exploratory tactical charges that were ultimately halted after Hesperia's complaints. At the base of the cliffs, you see a tunnel system uncovered by Terran's aircraft bombing raid. There is a tunnel here with the heavy metal doors blasted open from the Terran's activities.
As we land, can we describe our mechs?
Absolutely, please describe your mechs.
Because mine looks like this really cool Gundam that I just found.
I can't describe it. Let's see.
It's the HG Mobile Suit Gundam Zaku 2 144th scale. I found a cool model, and I might bet it's really cool looking, and I want to get into Gundam. But it kind of looks so. It's this green mech with like a cool like asymmetrical pauldrons, a lot less guns than this one, but it looks like it's got like kind of almost like Spartan-esque armor, but it's got a lot of like round pieces and like cool little tubes and stuff.
I had thought about it and now I can't remember. So my suit is called the Chariot. And what is it called?
My suit's called Holmes. Because I'm Watson.
You are obsessed.
Well, no, the suit was called Holmes, and then it was a fun coincidence that my bestie was John Holmes, and so that's how we bonded. It was
As you named your ship after.
No. The ship is already called that. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. We're just friends.
But Chariot is this is a rollout type, so it's not built as sturdy as the other mech that we had the choice of, but this one is more in the bright colors because he likes to go with he's a part of the search and rescue.
Mm-hmm.
But it is built a little more like sturdier for the legs and kind of a little more of like a chess knight piece head for it, to give off the impression of like a horse.
Millie is in also a rollout skeleton mech, but hers is based off of the Noble Gundam. And it's very like Sailor Moon-esque. Except for with like a black skirt with a purple tie on the chest.
Mhm.
And in her hand she has like a little colorful ribbon twirl that's blue and purple. She's like, I'm going girly.
I like that we're all rollouts. That's fun.
And you all find yourself sitting in this very cold, open space, unsure of exactly what's to come next. You only have these few hexes to start off with, but I need to know which ones you guys would like to start out at. Just plop your guys down. You can move them where you are.
You put me exactly where I wanted to be.
Yep, works for me.
Oh, sweet. Yay. Look at me. I know what I'm doing. Awesome. And as you all start to look around, what is the first thing you guys want to do? I need to know.
I mean, I think we should probably start heading towards the cave.
I think I should probably. I assume I'm going to take a reading of the surrounding area just to see if there's any hazards that I need to.
What type of reading? Are you doing a science read? Or a survival read? Are you trying to look at the archaeology, the astronomy, the geology, the hydrology?
Oh gosh.
What does hydrology mean again?
Probably more a
Water.
survival read on the terrain.
Go ahead and make me a wilderness survival check.
Is there a way to help with that?
I don't remember any rules regarding helping, like a help action.
Yeah.
Unless you guys combined your mech suits.
It'll be 107.
107. Actually, add a d20 to that for advantage because your My Suit's going to help you get some extra readings. Mechanics, I haven't used yet, but we could do that.
Woo.
125.
125.
Nice.
As you gather some readings and take in your surroundings, there are 3 small silver orbs that come rolling out as a flash of light from the tunnel. Each one no more than an inch in diameter. It must be Machina. They rumble forward and take up a defensive stance, apparently unwilling to allow anyone entry to the tunnel simple. And you guys are going to start combat.
No. Okay.
Not just yet, because that's where we're going to end our episode.
No.
The ultimate cliffhanger right before combat. Our first combat. So thank you everyone for coming with us on our adventure on Mercuro. This is the Crystal Caverns that is part of A Signal in Deep, written by Grace Collins, amazing person. And their little adventure you can follow along with us is in the Crystal Caverns magazine. So follow along with us. Are you guys having fun?
Yeah.
Are you guys excited for combat?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm excited
Combat.
to see how this works out.
Yes, me too. This is combat's going to be definitely a lot to kind of figure out, but I'm very excited to dive into it. So with that, as always, remember to be kind, to love one another, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.